The first day at Titan's Forge training facility always smelled the same. Ozone from the electric fences, oil from the combat drones, and the metallic tang of fear from 100 new recruits. Sergeant Major Kira Halvorsen, better known among cadets as Iron Fong, paced along the front line of fresh meat. Her cybernetic right leg clanked against the steel deck with each deliberate step. "No one," she barked, her voice echoing off the hangar walls. "And I mean no one, gets special treatment here. I don't care if you're the son of a senator, the clone of a war hero, or the spawn of an alien emperor. Out here, you are nothing until I say otherwise." Her eyes swept the line. The recruits stood rigid, trying not to blink. Then her gaze froze. Third from the end stood a girl who couldn't have been older than 20. Her uniform was regulation, but something about her was off. She was motionless, but not in the stiff, nervous way most recruits held themselves. Her stillness had weight to it, like she was calculating every breath. The name patch on her chest read, Vera. Kira filed the observation away. She had no patience for assumptions. The Forge broke everyone down the same way. So, the next morning, she came into her office to find something odd. 3 bright yellow warning placards had been posted around her desk. One, above her coffee machine. "Do not leave unattended. Temperature regulation required." One on her datapad stand. "Avoid direct contact without authorization." And one taped directly to the edge of her desk. "Keep minimum distance of 3 meters from subject Vera." Kira frowned. What in the hell? She called up the internal security logs. The files were locked, classified far above her clearance level. That alone was enough to set her teeth on edge. In her 2 decades training soldiers for the Terran Defense Front, nothing in her office had ever been tagged easily. If someone thought they could tell her how to run her recruits, they were in for a fight. By the end of the first training week, she'd learned a few things about Cadet Vera. 1. She was fast. Unnaturally fast. On the obstacle course, she cleared the gauntlet in under 40 seconds. Beating the standing record by nearly half. 2. She barely spoke. Her responses were clipped, minimal, as though words cost her energy she'd rather save. 3. The other recruits gave her a wide berth, not out of dislike but out of wariness. During combat drills, Vera's movements were precise to the point of eerie. Kira had seen elite cyber-augmented veterans fight with less efficiency. And yet, Vera never injured a sparring partner. She always stopped her strikes an inch before contact, like she was perpetually pulling her punches. By week 2, the unease had spread to the staff. One of Kira's assistant instructors, a grizzled vet named Darnell, cornered her in the mess hall. "You've seen the warnings, right?" he muttered. "She's not a normal. The higher-ups told us not to provoke her." Kira slammed her mug down. "Provoking recruits is my job. If she can't handle that, she doesn't belong here." Darnell leaned in. "She's not a recruit, Kira. She's a weapon." Kira didn't answer. But that night, she reviewed the training footage of Vera again. Something in her gut told her Darnell was right. On day 18, the situation escalated. The recruits were running full-contact squad maneuvers against autonomous hunter drones. Kira watched from the catwalk above as Vera's squad got pinned. The drones cornered them against a wall of live-fire turrets. One of the rookies panicked and broke formation. The drones pivoted instantly toward the exposed flank. Before Kira could shout an order, Vera moved. She didn't just run, she blurred. One moment she was behind her squad, the next she was between the drones and the exposed recruit, intercepting plasma fire with her bare hands. The energy bolts sizzled against her skin and dissipated harmlessly. The field sensors went berserk. Kira's jaw tightened. She hit the emergency recall alarm, ending the exercise. When Vera came in for debriefing, Kira kept her tone level. "You want to explain what the hell that was?" "Reflex," Vera said simply. "That wasn't reflex. That was classified. And I don't tolerate classified surprises in my drills." Vera's gaze was steady. "Then you should ask Command why they sent me here." That night, Kira's terminal flashed with an encrypted message. No sender. No header. Just a single sentence. "Do not push her beyond threshold parameters." Kira didn't sleep. The breaking point. Week 4 brought the live combat exam. No simulations, no safety nets. Recruits were dropped into the pit, a derelict asteroid base crawling with repurposed war machines from the Altari conflict. The objective: survive 20 minutes and extract. Halfway through, Kira's comm lit up. "Drill Sergeant, Sector 7 breach. Unknown hostile signatures. Not part of the exercise." Kira swore and sprinted for the command platform. The external feeds showed it. A swarm of black, spider-like drones flooding through a breached bulkhead. Not training units, real killers. Their energy readings were off the charts. The pit was supposed to be sealed. No one outside the defense front even knew it still existed. Kira didn't have time to wonder who sent them. She scanned for Vera's squad. They were closest to the breach. The swarm was seconds away. Then Vera looked up at the nearest camera. Directly at Kira. "Permission to engage without limit." Her voice crackled through the comm. Kira hesitated. The warnings. The secrecy. The unknown. But she also saw the other recruits, her recruits, backed into a corner. "Permission granted," Kira said. Ending. The feed went white. When the static cleared, the drones were gone. Not damaged. Not disabled. Gone. Atomized, as though they had never existed. Vera stood in the center of the carnage, her uniform torn, her hair loose around her face. Her hands glowed faintly with an energy Kira didn't recognize. Blue-white, alive, humming like a song at the edge of hearing. She looked older. Not in years, but in presence. Extraction teams swept the area. The surviving recruits were evacuated, shaken but unharmed. Vera walked into Kira's office later that night without knocking. "You should remove the warnings from your desk," she said quietly. "Why?" Kira asked. "Because you've seen it now. I'm not dangerous to you, only to them." Kira studied her for a long moment. "You going to tell me what you are?" Vera shook her head. "Not what. My people call me a sentinel. We were built to stand between humanity and what's coming." "And what is coming?" Vera's eyes flicked toward the stars beyond the viewport. "Something even your defense front can't stop alone." Kira leaned back. The regulations said she should report this. The soldier in her said she should demand more answers. But the instinct, the one that had kept her alive through 2 wars, told her to trust the girl standing in front of her. "No one gets special treatment here," Kira said finally. "But I'll make an exception for a sentinel." A rare smile touched Vera's lips. "Then I'll make an exception for you, Drill Sergeant." From that day forward, the yellow warnings were gone from Kira's desk. Not because the threat had vanished, but because she knew it was on her side.